Hey guys, this is E-House from Gun Gamers. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a product that is associated with what is in my hands. Now first of all, this is my Mossberg 500. It is clear, I have checked that, looking in the chamber, nothing in the tube, nothing in the chamber, so this is safe to talk about and have out. But what I'm talking about though is a device that carries ammunition for this shotgun, and that is mounted on the side right here. That is the Esstac Shotgun Card. And what the shotgun card does is it is a Velcro-backed card, basically, for lack of a better term, made of nylon, that you can put onto the side of your shotgun with just a little Velcro slapped on there. So you can have this in a pouch, take it out, slap it right on there, and you have a Velcro-mounted side saddle. You're able to do this with any shotgun with the necessary Velcro that you've put on there, and you're able to do this with any Velcro surface. So if you have an admin pouch or that has Velcro on it, if you have a dedicated shotgun card carrier, you can put it on there. If you just have a Velcro patch panel and you want to store them to look cool, you can put them on there. So this is a very flexible option for carrying some shotgun ammo. It's a series of elastic loops that you can put shotgun ammo into. And while it's a simple concept, the Esstac has a few things about it in particular that, in my opinion, make it a really worthwhile investment over certain other shotgun cards that I've seen and tried in other shotgun carrying devices, such as the typical elastic butt cuffs that you can find and some of the other shotgun card options. Now, what I like about the Esstac is that it holds 7 shells. There's a lot of shotgun cards on the market that hold 5 or 6 shells. 7 is kind of rare. I think there are some that carry 8, but the Esstac, when I was shopping for this, was the one that jumped out at me because it holds 7 shells. My Mossberg 500 holds 7 rounds in the tube, so that lets me have a full extra complement of ammunition on the side of my shotgun ready to go. And this is actually the card that I have had dedicated for leaving it loaded on the side of this shotgun for home defense use, if it ever came to that, which, knock on wood, hopefully never would. But I've had it mounted on there for, I've probably left this card loaded for at least 6 months at this point. I've got a couple other cards that I bring out to the range with me. I just leave this one full because I just take it off, set it aside, and then put the shotgun back in home defense configuration after I clean it after the range. So the elastic has been holding up really, really well. This card is about 2 years old now, and like I said, I've left it loaded for significant periods of time, and these shells are still in there, but they still come out quite easily, which I really like. It's a nice balance between retention and ease of use, because with a lot of other shotgun cards and shotgun shell holders, you run into the issue where you're not able to get the shells out quickly because they're too tight, or the shells fall out under recoil and use because they're too loose, but you can get them out really quickly. This exists in kind of a middle ground where it lets you get them out nice and easy, but it also lets you hold on to them. And that's because there is actually a rubberized piece of material sewn under the elastic. I don't know if the earlier versions had this. I knew there were some mixed reports on that, but the ones I have as of 2 years ago, and I'm sure all the newer ones have them too, have that rubberized strip of material, so that helps the shells stay in exactly where they're supposed to be. So under recoil, those shells are going to stay where they are, and that makes it easy enough then when you want to load the shotgun to bring it out. So the balance of retention and ease of use is really, really great. The durability is great. As I said, I've been using these for 2 years. I've never had these start losing shells on me. Under slugs, I'm talking if I run a full tube of slugs, I've had some shells start to droop. If you run your shells upside down, that'll obviously be a non-issue because the rim will keep them from dropping through completely. But if you run them, rim side down like I do, then you'll see them start to droop. That's under a full tube of slugs. Under buckshot and anything lesser than that, they're rock solid. So be aware if you're shooting a lot of slugs, you might start to see some drooping. Another option might be better, but under buckshot and everything lesser than 1 ounce slugs, it tends to work pretty well. The other thing that I like about these is, if you're like me and you're a nerd, they also work for Airsoft. So this is, a distinctly less exciting shotgun than my Mossberg 500. This is just a tri-shot shotgun, Airsoft variety. And as you can see, these Tokyo Marui shotgun shells fit quite nicely. They're quite larger than the normal shotgun shells. They're definitely oversized, but you are still able to fit them in there, and they still come out pretty damn easily, so you can pull some good reloads on them. The concern that you might have is getting them back in. It is a little trickier because they're oversized, but the elastic does return to shape after you're done with using this for airsoft use, and you are still able to fit your real shotgun shells in there no problem. The elastic doesn't seem to wear out in my use. So again, just slap some Velcro on the side of your airsoft shotgun and you're able to use this quite effectively. And still fits in normal M4 mag pouches, whole 9 yards. So that's a really neat feature if, again, you're like me, you're a nerd, and sometimes you want to be able to carry 7 extra shells for your airsoft shotgun without having to, use any other pouches or anything, because that means 70 shells right on the side here, which is a lot if you're doing some CQB gaming. One of the other really nice features about these in general is that when you have an empty shotgun card on your shotgun, because you've just pulled a reload, you can obviously rip that off, grab another shotgun card from a pouch of your pocket, lay it on there, pat it down, and it is not going anywhere. These shotgun cards have been rock solid for me. I've never had the Velcro start coming undone, again, under recoil. Even though the shells start drooping with slugs, the card isn't going anywhere. Even if you kind of just toss it on haphazardly, if you just give it a little bit of a pat, it stays rock solid. So as long as you're decent with your placement and you get a good Velcro engagement, you're gonna have these staying on. Obviously, versus a traditional side saddle, if you hit this up against something, you run the risk of undoing some of the Velcro, but that's what you trade for the ability to essentially reload your side saddle much simpler than having shells on a kit or in a caddy. So again, that's going to depend on what you're looking for. For me, my main purpose for having these is to have a good source of shotgun ammo mounted on the side of my shotgun for home defense load. And it's also so that when I'm at the range, I can load up a few of these cards, stuff them in my pocket, and then practice my reloads and all that kind of stuff without having to fumble around in my pocket for loose shells or having to have a dedicated shotgun rig. It's really easy to use these. So overall, would I recommend the Esstac Shotgun Cards? For $15 a piece, and the fact that I've been using them for as long as I have, as successfully as I have, absolutely. I would say these are a great investment if you're looking for shotgun cards and if you understand the pros and cons of what shotgun cards do. They're not as fast as traditional side saddles in some ways. They're also faster in other ways. They're not as secure as some other side saddles because with a lot of side saddles, they'll have unique retention mechanisms that can do more than the elastic can do. And they are elastic. They will wear out eventually. I've had good luck with these for the 2 years I've had them. Admittedly, I don't shoot every weekend, so I haven't had the chance to wear them out. So these will wear out eventually. They'll need replacement, but they're $15 a piece, so you really can't go wrong. So I'd say, if nothing else, they're worth a try, and maybe you'll end up liking them as much as I do. So with all that said, this is E-House from Gun Gamers signing off, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.